Hey guys, today's video is going to be pretty simple. Going to be covering all the skins that are in the in-game shop and just generally what they come from. Now there are a lot of skins to cover, so we'll be running down the list and splitting it up to buy each character. So for example, let's say Usagi has a skin. I'll be covering Usagi and their skins before moving on to the next character. And now that I had explained that, we're going to first move on to Baldi. The very first skin on our list is a Camping Baldi. Camping Baldi is from Baldi's Basics Field Trip Camping. That was made by Lewis Craft on July 24th, 2018. The next Baldi skin on our list is a Shadow, which from what I've been told is based on a Baldi fan game, Baldi's Dark School. It's by Just a Jad, and it was published on February 25th, 2023. The next Baldi skin is Jackson, and Jackson is a parody of Michael Jackson, specifically to Smooth Criminal, based on the, white suit. There's also a suggestion by a Discord user going under the alias of Sharplight. Next we have the Battle Cat skins. First skin on our list in the Battle Cats category is Golden. Golden is most likely a reference to the golden cat you can obtain for the gacha slots for such limited banners from the game. They usually serve as a way to sell for tons of XP in the base game. The next skin is Shrek Jr. Shrek Jr. was a skin I was adding in the game because a user called K won a bet against Max. And now we have the Brickbattler skins. The first skin is Noob, which is just a typical avatar that was associated with the players. New players. New players, dudes. It was popularized on Roblox with videos and animations and just Roblox history in general. Next skin on our list is Dummy. The Dummy is actually a default R6 model you get when you import a R6 avatar on Roblox Studio. Also serves as a placeholder if you're getting the load avatars yet. Then we have John Doe. John Doe is a test account from David Bazuki and Eric Cassell, but they were primarily popularized by them being associated with Roblox myths. The next skin is Winner, which is based on PM606 and the general winning smile craze on Roblox. But I could tell Max was a big fan of this game and made the skin to reference his old game and as well as reference PM606. The next skin is Snack, which is inspired by Roblox's Get a Snack at 4 AM by Sticksaw, with the skin being a direct recreation of your player avatar while you play the game. The next skin is Combat. Combat is based on Item Asylum's dummies, which come from Item Asylum, made by Gene's Bizarre Community. And the final skin for Brickbattler is The Guest, which was Roblox's way of having players play the game without an account. Most players know Guest got removed on October 2nd, 2017. Next on our list are the Syobon skins, with the first skin being Nekomon. Nekomon is based on the April Fool's Mario 85 entity with the same name. The next skin on our list is Fernan. Fernan is based on a popular Spanish YouTuber, Fernanflo. The most likely reason why I got ended the game because of his Syobon gameplays. They were the most popular in the Spanish genre. The onion on his back is also based on a Spanish meme from the YouTube channel called La maldita cebolla con pelo me mata.
A ver, vamos, se cae esto se cae, perfecto, perfecto. A ver, no, a ver, si agarro el hongo me hago súper fuerte y destruyo todo, me imagino. A ver. ¡Ah! ¡Ahora sí! ¡Ahora la papaya! ¡La maldita cebolla con pelo me mata!
There was also a suggestion by Discord user FakuFaku233. The next skin is Molala, which is the in-game sibling of Syobon and an enemy in Syobon action. They're typically located in the castle level segments of the game. And the last skin is for Syobon is OG. OG is essentially a model based on Syobon and not the original model that SRF uses from Syobon Action 3D. Now we have Gummy, and to begin our list we have Cubic. Cubic is most likely a parody of Kirby in a Minecraft style specifically when he absorbs Steve in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Now we have Wizard. Wizard is an original skin that was made by Max, so there aren't really references from what I could tell. Then it's Gummo. Gummo is based on Terminal Montage's Kirby's animations, with this version of Kirby originating from the Something About series. And then the next skin is Sawada, who is a character based on a Komoji from 2005 on 2 channel. But the skin references a Japanese game called The Big Adventures of Awada's Life, which was released in 2007 by King as freeware. They were also suggested by Faku233. The next skin is called Killbot. Killbot was a skin that was added by another user called Snock. As the skin references Roblox's Killbots and Roblox's history. They're also known as the oldest NPCs, being uploaded all the way back on January 25th, 2007. For the next skin on our list being MKH, which is an acronym of Max Kirby Hater. Max Kirby Hater is based on a server member for the Super Random Fighters Discord. Final skin on our list is Classic, as this version of Kirby is based on Kirby's Dream Land on the Game Boy, with the sword most likely being a reference to the Rainbow Sword, a weapon that Kirby uses to fight Dark Matter in Kirby's Dream Land 2. Now, after moving on to the Gummy skins, we have one shop skin for Imposter, which is Murder. Murder is most likely based on Versus Imposter FNAF mods, as they were practically seen during early 2022 and late 2021 for V3 of Versus Imposter. The mod was of course made by Clowface and his team. The next character to have skins is Isaac, where we begin with Judas. Judas in The Binding of Isaac is a playable character that you unlock after beating Satan in the game, with Judas being released along the first version of the game on September 20th, 2011. This can also be set for Kane and Blue Baby, but they have different unlocks, but in general they will also release around the same time and come from the same version. The last skin on our list being Blue Dude. Blue Dude is most likely a callback from the earlier April Fool's skin that Isaac had, which was turned blue to pay homage to an in-game niche community bug. Now what are the Miku skins? Oh well, skin, as the only Miku skin has is the Kaiju skin. The Kaiju skin is based on a visualizer, Kaiju ni Naritai, translated to be I want to be a monster, that was commissioned by Sakuzo Official on 18th of October 2025. It was also announced on the Project Sekai 2025 Championships, which is pretty cool. The next skin that we have on our list are the Purple Guy skins, and we're starting off with Jack. Jack, full name Jack Fitzgerald Kennedy, is a protagonist of the Day Shifts at Freddy's trilogy, with the first Day Shift at Freddy's game being made by Direct Dago. Yeah, the next skin is also Henry, which also comes from Day Shifts at Freddy's, but its appearance is primarily based on the third entry of the series, the third version of the game being made on December 30th, 2018. The next skin is Fredbear, which from what I can assume is just a Fredbear skin from Purple Guy. From what I can tell, it's also based on the plushie designs from FNAF 4, but outside of that I can't see any connections that connect from Purple Guy and Fredbear. Leave a comment down below if you can find anything, because I'm kinda lost. With the final skin for Purple Guy being Spring Bonnie, with this skin obviously referencing the Spring Lock failure of FNAF 3. And after that failure we can cover the next skins, aka Meatboy, with Mr. Meat being the only skin that he has. And Mr. Meat is just the original skin for SRF, but it can possibly be a reference to Dr. Fetus, but I'm unsure of that myself. Anyways, the next character in general is Cuphead, with the first skin on our list being High Cuphead, which is based on the promotional material of Cuphead, which is portrayed in the yellow color scheme. Following Cuphead is Mugman, which is Cuphead's official brother in the original Cuphead and the co-op player that's used in the game, with Mugman also having the same promotional material version. The next character with skins is the boss. The skin that he has is the Cube, which is based on J shapes and beats close to Meat Cube, with the skin being a reference to the 5th boss of the game. The next person we have to cover is the kid from first skin is Alternative. There's nothing special about Alternative, they're just a skin made by Max for super random fighters. The next skin, however, does have a bit more meaning, and that's the guy. The guy is the kid's father in the final boss of I Wanna Be the Guy. If you didn't know, I Wanna Be the Guy was made by Miku or O'Reilly in October 2007. The next skin is Bashi. Bashi is a character from I Wanna Be the Guy fan game. I Wanna Be the Bashi. I Wanna Be the Bashi was first released on a public beta in June 18th, 2010. It was created by Jesper Soldren Erlandsen for Twitch streamer Bashi Time. The last skin on the list for the kid is the Lad, which is the main character of the sequel of I Wanna Be the Guy, aka I Wanna Be the Guy Gaiden. It was released on July 14th, 2012 by the same creator. After that, we have Kid the King skins, with the first skin being Chosen, and based on the Chosen one from Alan Becker's AVA series. It was originally seen in 2006 in AVA 2, but this skin is most likely referencing AVA 6. Next skin is TSC, aka The Second Coming, which is based on the main protagonist of most of Alan Becker's animations, with his first appearance being in AVA 4, which was made on October 2nd, 2014. The next skin is the Dark Lord, which is the main antagonist of AVA Season 2. The first appearance was in AVA 3 in 2010. True King is the next skin, and this is simply a joke skin serving to be a low quality version of King. The Inferno skin is a common parody of Charlie's Inferno, being based on the cover art of the 2011 album Heart Goes to the Heaven and The Head Goes to Hell by the Handsome Devil. They were also suggested by Snuck. The next character with a skin is Sans, as his one-shop skin is Green Sans. Green Sans comes from an Undertale fan game on Game Jolt made by Goinks and Awesome Games in 2022. And the final skin on our list, our actual final skin, is for Usagi, with Chiikawa being the skin. Chiikawa is originally from a Japanese manga web series made by Nagano and published by Kodansha. You can tell because they both come from the same series. That's why they're skins in the game. The first appearance of Chiikawa series was in January 2020. Yeah. And that basically sums up everything that I can cover about these skins. I just want to shout out yet again Faku233, 223, and Snuck, since they suggested some of these skins that came to life for super random fighters and helped me get information on this video, especially Faku. So shout out to them, and I hope I'll see you next time. See you guys later. Bye.